In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is walking you through how I created my first unboxing video. This is how the studio looks with the accent light on. What I have is an LED tube light. I'll be needing help with my key light. Okay, now this particular light has 3 modes, though it's supposed to be either white or warm, but then we have a gel over the light. That is why it is giving us a green feel. So can you switch up the modes a couple of times? Let's see the best. Okay, no, this is too warmish. Again. Okay, I think this is it. This is it. So work with this. So we're about turning the fuel light on. So the same thing with the fuel light. So it has 3 modes. This is not the one I want. This is not the white light. Yeah, again, one more. Alright. So this is how the studio looks with the 3 lights on. What do you think? The next piece of this video is to look at the post-production of how I edited my first unboxing video. We'll not necessarily be cutting the video from scratch. What I'm going to do is walk you through my timeline, the whole sequence. When you look at the timeline, the first thing you'd see is this video. So now, in this particular video, what we're going to be looking at is the device Redmi 14C. Now, for that particular phase of the video, what I just did was I took a B-roll of the device. That's the pack of the Xiaomi Redmi 14C. Then in between of the video, I made some cuts. Then I fast forwarded the video for like 1000. Let me just show you. So the playback speed of the first frame, if you do Ctrl R, you see 100. When I cancel this and I go to the smaller one, Ctrl R, you are going to be seeing 1000. Now, the first phase of the video is this particular montage that is about 4 seconds. What I did was to take a B-roll of the device, the Xiaomi Redmi 14C. Then I chopped up the video and I fast forwarded some parts by 1000. That's like 10x the speed. When you look at the initial speed of the first part of the clip, you'd see that it's 100. When you look at the one next to it, Ctrl R, you see that it is on 1000. That was why I did it. That's why you could have that transition that was like, it was very fast, switching chefing cards. Okay, so after that, what we have is my intro. Because I had not shot video for a long time, I wanted to sort of like rebrand a little. I was tired of the old intro I was using, so I went on Motion Array. I went to the video templates category and I clicked on logos. I wanted to achieve this Marcus Brownlee kind of intro in a very easy way. So I came to Motion Array, took my time to search for everything. Okay, you can see it right there. Grunge logo scribble paper. So this was what I used. What I just did was I opened it up in Premiere Pro and edited it to suit my taste. It was a 6 seconds video. I divided it in 2. Used the first part as my intro, used the last part as my outro. Then what really sold this video are the HUD elements that I used. So the HUD elements in this video are videos from Motion Array as well. If you want to get your own HUD elements, you just come to Motion Array. So you can take your time to just search for the HUD elements that will work for you. Alright. So walking through the timeline, when you look at what's here. The people out there who do not want to spend. Alright, that one is pretty easy. Minimize timeline. A recent device like the Redmi 14C made by Xiaomi, can it compete you? Now, for that part, what I used still was an HUD element. The HUD element is an MOV file. MOV files are usually transparent. So when you add it to your video, it doesn't have any background. After that, I just added some motion graphics, text with motion, and I edited it to my taste. So that's what you can see here. Moving forward, scrolling through the video. Okay, this section on GSM Arena is just a screen record of the website. You add it to your video and you put your talking head over it. So basically, the whole editing is just repetition of what works. Like playing this part. So the same thing I said, you add your transparent MOV HUD elements and you keyframe your talking head into that particular section you want it to appear. On the screen here, you can see the keyframes. And we go on like that. What I just did was just to repeat the same process that was very good, and I changed the color of the text, the HUD elements based on the atmosphere of the clip I'm using in the background. So just going like that, And looking at the video, we have the A-roll. The A-roll is just like what you see, the main camera. Then I also had another camera looking just focused on the content on the table. Then what you want to do sometimes when you are doing when you are making a video on unboxing is to take B-rolls of the products. So it was the B-roll of the product that I used at the beginning of the edit, and that was one of the things that was very captivating about the video, because in the first 4 seconds you are locked in. Okay, then after I finished at the studio, when I got home, after using the device for a period of time, I also did another recording using my 11 Pro at home to show a review of the phone. So when we go like that, you see that the whole process is easy. You just have to be organized, and sometimes when you are talking about something you've done in the past, you also want to show a B-roll of that particular activity, like this section. I've done a lot of productions on mobile, 11 Pro, 12 Pro, 14 Pro, 15 Pro as well. And one thing that I've always seen when you're comparing the footages. Now, when you pay attention to that particular section, what is there is the talking head, the element I've explained from before, and a video of me when I was producing a music video using a 14 Pro Max. You continue like that, continue, I just talk. Then we get into the field test section, which is where I talk about the camera. We use the camera to actually see if it is as good as it says. For this field test section, what I have is a white solid on my screen and a text. Then we go into the review of the mobile device. For the review of the mobile device, we have majorly 2 videos. One, this screen recording while I was doing the review on field. Then another video recording my reaction. The next thing was now to check each feature of the camera and to talk about it. So that is everything you have in this section. After we're done with the field test, we go back to our studio shots and we just repeat the same process over and over again. When you take your time to actually look at the workflow, you see that it is not really difficult. It's just a repetition of what works. And for the keyframing of the motion, where you have a talking head that goes into the left corner of the screen or the right corner of the screen, once you do the keyframing once, you can just copy and paste it to the rest of your video. Another thing you also want to do is color grading and color correction. Now, if we go into the main video before I nested the sequence, you'll be seeing that there's this adjustment layer file on the timeline. When I turn it off, you see there's a transition, or there's a transformation in the look of the video. You can see how it looks before and you can see the after. So this is what we're talking about, before and after. What you want to do is you want to ensure that your color grading and your color correction skill is actually very, very good, and you take your time until you get the grade that works. I did not actually use Elute in this process. What I did was to go to my elementary color. Once I click on the adjustment layer, you can actually see my settings for the video. And looking at the settings does not mean that if you copy and paste the settings on that. Okay, so white balance, your basic correction. After your basic correction, I just adjusted the vibrance, saturation, then curves, blue, because I noticed that there was a theme of blue on what I was wearing and I wanted to enhance the color. So I just went to hue and hue and I ensured that I placed it on that blue mark. And I also adjusted the hue and saturation of some specific colors. That was how I was able to achieve this grade that you see in the video. So the main layout of the timeline is your A roll, your B roll. The A roll is me talking. The B roll is what is showing on the screen. You lay them on each other and you cut them into parts based on what you're talking about. So on any part that you cut like this, you see that there's no talking head here. So what you want to do to create more engagement is just put a talking head of what you're saying in any corner of the screen. So there's no magic to creating the epic YouTube video. It's just for you to stick to what works and you just continue to refine the process until you are able to get your own unique style. And that's how you go through the video and the outro. This is by no means a video editing course. I'm still going to be doing a video series on how to edit your own YouTube video or how to become a video editor. This was just to show you the workflow.